Hey everybody, welcome back to Diecast Driven. Today we're going to be looking at two of William Byron's cars from his rookie and second year in the Cup Series. Starting in 2018 with the car you see now, obviously the Axalta paint scheme that Byron donned for about half of the races that year. He raced this car as his primary paint scheme, and it was kind of a carryover, as we saw last week, from Jeff Gordon's Axalta paint schemes with the flame design. After they skipped a couple years with Chase Elliott, the Axalta colors were back on the 24 car in 2018, and I just want to run you through the stats from Byron's 2018 season real quick because it was not a good one. Granted, it was his rookie year, although coming off of a championship in the Xfinity series, you would have expected a little bit more. However, in his 36 starts, he finished 9,352 of the 10,250 laps. That was 91.2%. He only led 61 of those. He had 0 wins, 0 top 5s, only 4 top 10s. He had an average start of 17.7 and an average finish of 22.1. And here's the big one: 9 DNFs in the 36 races. So a quarter of the season, he was either out due to mechanical failure or out due to a crash that he was involved in. Huge learning curve for Byron in his first year in the Cup Series. Even though he had veteran crew chief Darian Grubb on the box for him, still was a little bit of a bumpy ride in his rookie season. He did, however, win Rookie of the Year, as we saw back in one of the early videos of this channel where we went over the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup Rookie of the Year set. To put a final point on 2018, he did finish 23rd in points. Not a very good outing, especially after coming off of that Xfinity championship. But one other thing that I wanted to mention about this diecast in particular is you notice that there are no monster decals on the car, as you'll also see with the 2019 car as well. No monster decals on the windshield banner or the contingency decals on the doors. Hendrick Motorsports at the time was sponsored by Pepsi Company, and they, on all of their diecasts, did not want to have a rival competitor energy drink beverage company being represented on their diecast. So for the 2017, 18, and 19 seasons, there are no windshield banners or series logo sponsors on the doors of any of the Hendrick Motorsports diecast. One of the things I'm going to do in the future, haven't really got to it yet, is to add all of those Monster Energy Cup Series decals to the cars that I have. I don't have very many of them, to be honest with you, William Byron. I'm only collecting his primary paint schemes or schemes that he won in, so the race diversion diecast, and we'll get to that. We'll get to 2 of those actually next week for the 2020 season. This car, 2019's primary Axalta paint scheme, looks very similar to 2018. Not a whole lot changed. You have a little bit in the name font on the name rail, the Hertz down on the lower side of the door. You have a few contingency differences, but other than that, not too many differences in the 2019 and 2018 paint schemes. There, however, was a big difference in performance from his rookie season to his second season in Cup Series. Oh yeah, and another thing, obviously, the rookie stripes are gone on the back TV panel of the car. In 2019, Chad Knaus, the former Jimmy Johnson crew chief, hopped on board after a little shakeup at Hendrick Motorsports, so now Knaus was helping Byron, and in the 36 starts, he completed 10,149 of the 10,255 available laps. That is a 99% completion rate compared to his 91% completion rate in 2018, so significantly better. He also led 233 laps that year. Still did not have a win, but he went from 0 top 5s to having 5 top 5s in 2019, up to his top 10 total to 13. His average start was a lot better at a 12.4, and his average finish also improved to a 14.9. He only wrecked out or did not finish 3 of the 36 races, so a large improvement there. And there were definitely signs that William Byron is a top-tier driver, or was a top-tier driver, and it was just taking a little time for him to learn the Cup Series. So next week we'll get into Byron's 2020 paint schemes. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you then. Bye.